It really was a pleasure to go back to writing my favorite genre. I think this story really brought up a lot of interesting topics and emotions. I'm proud that I could put it in my collection of stories. This is the last episode, 16, which I call Closure in the Future. After the death of Samantha's heroic husband, she continues to mourn his death, feeling hurt and lost, especially since now she's got to be a single mother. Jason and Michael are still staying in the guest house, but feel like they're intruding. They have a one on one deep conversation, and then Jason heads to bed. Michael writes his younger brother Elliot a letter just in case something were to happen to him, and in the middle of it, gets a text from the killer basically saying it's time to finish this. As long as he does everything he says, Elliot will not be harmed. Michael asks where he wants to meet up with. He tells him he'll let him know when he's ready. After finishing the letter, he puts it in an envelope and seals it. Gets his car keys as the killer tells him to meet him at a certain place and informs him to do everything that he says, or else it's going to be a long fall for Elliot. The killer starts making demands on how far speed limit, when to put his lights on, which side to stay on, not because he had to, but for control. When Michael finally makes it to his destination, he finally sees the killer holding a gun to his brother. He finally removes the mask to reveal who Timothy Brian Walls is now. Shocked, Michael takes a step closer. The killer raises the gun and threatens him. Michael finally tells the killer that all those years ago, when he was younger and bullied, it was him that told Terry, Craig, and Edward to beat him up. At first, the killer couldn't believe this, then pushed Elliot forward as Michael came closer. They both got into a fight, took a deep fall, and a gunshot went off. You would think this is where the story ends. I thought about it, but wasn't ready for the story to close up. So I did a 15 years later and show little Elliot grown up into a man, a 20-year-old, raised by Jason and Samantha. He's going to get revenge for his father's death. But of course, with a twist, and that's the end. Thanks for listening.